Arjun sir, look here, this camera. Hold, hold. Arjun sir, one more.
अर्जुन सर राइट में
Arjun sir. Yeah. Arjun sir. Arjun sir, यहाँ पे.
बस सर एक साथ में
साथ पे. Arjun sir, साथ पे. एक साथ में करते सर. Together. Make a full center. Both of you, right side. Arjun sir, start from the right. Left. Arjun sir, यहाँ पे.
बस सर राइट में
Arjun sir. सर यहाँ पे ऊपर. Arjun sir, यहाँ पे. इस कैमरा. Sir, one more here. Sir, you're down. राइट साइड में ऊपर. जल्दी साहब यहाँ पे. Both of you are now. All of you look here straight. Arjun sir. सब लोग सामने आते हैं. All of you look center.
And Jay and the entire team for, like my father describes, this very audacious step of being able to give me a platform like that. And I've got Shri with me. This is his first event as an actor. You can stand up and say hello to everybody. He just said that. He said, this is the first time I'm making an appearance as an actor at an event, so welcome him. And I'm grateful for this audacious platform that you've made available to us, because it allows us to, as producers, call the shots and release our movies with dignity. So thank you, ZEE5, for walking into the room when everybody in the industry walked out. And for that, I am eternally grateful. And like I said, nothing ever quick with me, so I'm here to stay. And I hope this is the beginning of a long-lasting, very, very satisfying relationship.
You basically answered all my questions with that. So I'm sure we'll have something exciting coming.
A tell-all about, a very exciting life. So
there we
more
go.
about that later.
More about that later. You have all the right people here to make sure that that takes place. Now, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me. The lights have been blinding me for quite a while. But I can't find Guneet. Is she here? Tomorrow, in fact, is when you start promoting the new show. The final call, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we've started. Hello, good evening, everybody. And firstly, congratulations to ZEE5, 1 year old. Very important birthday. Okay, now you've taken your baby steps. Now it's time to take leaps. And I wish you many leaps going into the future. Yeah, I think just this whole platform is amazing. It's going to be where people are going to, we all are binge watching, even as actors. It's so exciting to watch other people's work. There's so many wonderful writers, directors, producers, scripts, performances, costume designs, everything. So it's a great place to come and explore. And I'm really, really happy that I got to do it with The Final Call. It's a wonderful book which I've read called I Will Go With You by Priya. And it got made into this, and we didn't pull any. They went all out for it, didn't have any stops along the way, and we did it really fast. But I'm really happy and proud with the product. Whoever's seen a few of the episodes has been telling me, but I am keeping my fingers crossed, because if I see them, I think I jinx them. So I'll only watch it once it's out on ZEE5.
Do you think sometimes there is a difference in the medium that you're shooting for? Is it fair to just say if you're shooting for film or you're shooting for a platform, it's just the same?
I think the craft is the same. The craft, of course, for every actor, I can only speak as an actor, is the same. But yes, I think you get a little more time, to explore your character and to go more deep within it. I think in this film, I'm mostly 90% of the time in Final Call, I'm in the confines of a cockpit,
right.
And there's nobody I can talk to, and there's a dead pilot next to me, and there's nobody else I can talk to or interact with. So it was very, very interesting, but it gives you time. It gives you time to get into it, get into the mood of it. Whereas with films, the time span is you got to make it in an hour and a half. Right. Here you've got 8 hours of footage, to explore with. So, yeah.
So you gave us a slight sneak peek of what Final Call is like, just those few little indications. And
I'll tell you a lot more about it if you want.
No, but actually we did think that why not? Because we're a whole family that's right here off one platform. And why don't you tell everyone just a one-liner of what they can expect from Final Call?
Well, a lot of thrill, and I think before you get onto an aeroplane after this, you definitely are going to, I think every creative person wants to make a statement, and after you watch Final Call, before you board a plane, you'll have a big smile on your face. Either it'll be shitting yourself, or it'll be seriously like, oh my God, they got me, that kind of a smile, because it's about a suicidal pilot who's taken off in midair.
All right, so looking forward to that and not looking forward to the flight that I will have to catch tomorrow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And you are part of our one-year celebration, because with Rangbaz, we kicked off on ZEE5 as well. And,
no, wasn't that Karanjeet Kaur?
No, but I mean, you've been on the platform with us
Yes.
as part of this 1 year that has been taking place. Not so technical, but okay. So what has that journey been like for you, especially to be on ZEE5?
No, in all honesty, I've been very, very fortunate that I got to be part of a show that was so content-driven. And I'm very happy that ZEE5 backed it, and they believed the fact that I could play that gangster. And it's been a very, very good journey for me with the team. I have made friends with the team. Now that the show's over, we still have the same old WhatsApp group, the marketing group, where we sometimes talk. So I think working with the team, I've really enjoyed myself, and I hope I can continue this going forward. I hope, where is Tarun, sir? Is he here? So, sir, you should be giving me a show every year, at least one show. So I will continue this relationship. I've had a great time working with the ZEE5 team. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So, about a year ago, I was sitting in the audience looking at the launch myself at Four Seasons, and I wondered what we were going to do. A lot of people told me that you're going to do this well, you're going to do this badly, you guys don't have legacy, there are international players coming in, there are people who've been in this country and been doing this for the last 5 years, so on and so forth. And you have doubts in your head, you wonder, are you doing the right thing for yourself, for the company, and, in that sense, for your family. And I had this conversation with Puneet and Amit Goenka, and, they looked in my eyes and said, listen, we're putting the faith into you and in ourselves and in this brand. And between all of us, we've got to make something happen in the next 12 to 18 months. And, let's make sure that if nothing else, we're proud of what we do reasonably well, and so on and so forth. Now, at that point in time, you're a bit cynical, a bit hopeful, but you're hoping something will come out of it. 1 year later, when I stand here and we look back and look at what we've achieved, it's kind of a journey that has been madness. It's been, somebody wrote to me saying what an insane year it's been, and I really believe, insane in a good way is what this year's been. And thanks to all of you guys, we've achieved so much that sometimes things which have happened last month, last week, or even 3 months ago, look like they happened a year ago or 2 years ago, and so on and so forth. And when I heard Saqib speaking, it seemed like Gangbaz was like, a while back, because it's just you're on to the next thing all the time. They say anniversaries are about celebration, but for us, truly anniversaries are about, or this anniversary is truly about committing, delivering, and then feeling, that we've achieved something. 60 million is just a number. You saw some 56 or whatever. 60 million is really just a number. One of the things that, we put forward in our own head was that when we came in last into this game, we had nothing to lose. And I believe in a phrase that I heard many years ago, which is the other side of fear is freedom. So you go on and do something. When you don't worry, you're going to achieve something eventually, right? And that eventually has fortunately happened much faster than all of us expected. But it would have never happened if we didn't have an incredible team. I can't name everybody, but from the leadership team to the management team to every single person at ZEE5, they've really stepped up. They've stretched themselves. There have been no hours. There have been, no real work-life balance, as they call it in the corporate world. It's just about doing it, and doing it more. And that has also been with all our partners. I was calculating one day how long should it take for a show to make. And, from the time somebody comes and gives us a concept, and then we agree on the concept, and then they go out and start writing it, and then they start casting it, and then they start shooting it, and they start post-producing it, and then they start promoting it, and so on and so forth. And I reasonably came to a 300-day number. Right? Is that okay? Is 300 too little or too much? I wanted that reaction. Just for you. And, guess how much we do this in? We've done it at the shortest in about 65, 70 days, and at the longest at about 100, 120 days, right? And I know a lot of people complain about it. I have had people who've made me swear that I'm not going to launch a show on a certain day, and I'm going to at least take 3 more months to make it, and so on and so forth. And not one, but many. But thankfully, we've got it all together, and it's really the new India that we're looking at. People told us that, is there talent in India? A lot of people come to ask me, is there talent in India to make shows like, some of the global partners, or Netflix and Amazon and things like that? Can we make stuff like that? And I say, guys, you've not even met the Indian people. You have not met Indian writers. You haven't met, Indian actors, crew, cast, so on and so forth. You're actually writing us off before we even got started. Arjun and me, thankfully, were at a kind of a global seminar of advertisers in Jaipur about the same last week, right? And there was a very senior advertising gentleman who said, hey, he saw 2, 3 of our promos. He presented Final Call, Rangbaz, Abhay. And one of the things he said, doesn't it all look like Narcos? And I'm like, I got a bit defensive. And then Arjun said, it all looks like, and he handled it much better. So it's difficult to have a good-looking actor who speaks much better than you on the stage with you. So it's like, anyway, you feel shitty. But then he handled it much better and said, listen, Narcos is the gold standard in the world. If you think we are making Narcos, we're doing something right. And fortunately, not only in Hindi, but in every single language of this country, right? We've been able to make some really good stuff. Whether it's Bengali, and Param is here, and he's done some incredible work with us across the Bengali language. He's done 2 shows which are highly successful. The second one's going to come, and I'm assuming it's going to be. There has been a long list of shows that we've done in Tamil, in Telugu, in Marathi, and there's one which we are launching in Marathi that hopefully you're going to see a trailer of, that I think is going to really shake the Marathi industry up, right? It's called Sex, Drug and Theatre. So you can imagine what it is. In all of that, we've also come to...
The best thing is, thank you Tarun and team and ZEE5. A time has come when directors or writers can do a lot of things fearlessly. There is no baggage. Now let's tell our stories. And there is a platform for us. Thanks. Over to Raima.
I was a part of ZEE5 even last year.
Exactly. You've
And
taken
then
that whole journey with
I'm a
us.
part of ZEE5 this year, so it feels great. And congratulations ZEE5 to complete 1 year.
So just to let everybody know over here, in case you weren't familiar with Parchai, it is short stories of my favorite author, Ruskin Bond. And you've actually taken a collection of his horror stories, and those have been put onto the platform.
Can I call Sajjad also?
Sure.
Please come. These are horror stories, these are ghost stories, but sometimes they are better than human beings, you know, which we see around the world nowadays. So I'm very happy to do Ruskin Bond. And we grew up with his stories, you know, and when we can... Everybody told me, a lot of my friends told me, you are not making a film, you're making a series. Trust me, it's more challenging to make a 50-minute film, and this is more than a film.
Right. Over to you, Sajid. So,
any question?
The question would be that what is it like being on a platform like ZEE5?
It's amazing because that's the first time I'm doing something with the platform, and that's ZEE5. I want to take the time to congratulate, I have a problem, same as well, to all the team, ZEE5, and I'm so happy to work with you, finally. That I told you 1 year back, I would like to work with you, and that's all.
All right, so there you have it, the team of Parchai, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to catch their episode that has just come out today. Best of luck. Best of luck for that. I was going, yeah, that's why. One as a producer and as an actor with 2 different shows. And what are your thoughts on the kind of regional content that we are putting out there?
To begin with, start out with, I wouldn't like to use this word regional content because I don't think that exists anymore. Most importantly, because the whole idea of having a platform like ZEE5, or for that matter, the other platforms, is the fact that every kind of content is available to everyone. And not just that, what is so brilliant about ZEE5 is that all content that we make, whatever the original language is, they are available in all other languages. It is a bit of an extra task for us because we have to get that content dubbed ourselves into other languages. But then, yeah, that's quite tedious at that point in time. But when you get to see the feedback coming in from other corners of the country, that is when you feel so satisfied. So it's really a great payback, actually. And the journey with ZEE5 has been absolutely fantastic. You know, since our very first meeting sometime in January 2018 and till the time that I stand here today talking about one show which was launched last year, which is Kali, and the one show which is about to get launched on the 21st of February, Shauruteyaj. And we're looking forward to our journey together in the coming months and years, hopefully. Tarun sir, yes.
Saying yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he was saying yes to Saqib, not to me. Right.
It's in the same direction.
Yeah, I'll take it like that.
Yeah, it's in
yeah.
the same direction right now.
Thank you
But
very
we
much.
wish you all the luck.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you have a fantastic launch
Thank you so much.
with the next
Thanks.
show as well.
Thank
If
you
you
very
could
much.
hand the mic over to him. And thank God for, you know, actually I'm going to pick up on what up with us on ZEE5. It is called As Poison.
That's right.
And I wanted to ask you, what is it? So we're not going to talk too much about his show. Not yet. We can't speak too much.
Yeah, I'm just joining the family now, the ZEE family. So I've yet to start shooting. So I'm really, really happy and excited. This is something that I wanted to do. I've been seeing a lot of amazing content on these platforms. And somewhere like was mentioned that the kind of creativity that you can show, the time that you can use to show your skills, the nuances that a lot of filmmakers miss while making movies. So this is like a test match, so you get a lot of time to show your skills. So this is what I really like. So really looking forward to working on this platform, right?
And we're looking forward to Poison as well.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck for that. I do believe that we have Mr. Goldie Bell over here. I'm really sorry.
Their anniversary, and special congratulations to Puneet and TK. I mean, they're doing an amazing job. And I'm more than happy to be part of the team now and looking forward to our collaboration.
And Goldie, can you tell us about the show a little bit, not too much? Goldie Bell's show is called As the Rejects, and that is going to be premiering pretty soon.
Well, ours is a very young and restless show. It's musical, it's young, it's restless, and it talks about today's generation. And it talks about overcoming rejection. And yeah, it's a really feisty show. And I remember the afternoon when I discussed with TK that I would like to do something in the young and restless space, and I was telling him my ideas, and the way we started collaborating on it, it was just so organic, and it was something that was just had to happen. So really looking forward to this journey, and looking forward to this, well, hopefully not a rejection, but but yeah, it's a rebellious show, so it's young and restless, yeah.
You know what they say about outstanding students, so I'm sure the rejects will be absolutely amazing. Could I take that?
Thank you.
And best of luck for the launch.